Imagine waking up tomorrow and feeling as if something inside you has quietly gone to work overnight, tidying, repairing, restoring. Your muscles feel lighter, your mind clearer, your joints less stiff. That feeling isn't magic, it's biology, a Nobel-Prize-winning one. I'm Dr. Samuel Hartley. For more than 25 years, I've helped thousands of seniors rediscover strength and clarity by working with, not against, the body's natural repair cycles. And what I'm about to share may challenge everything you've heard about aging. Inside, every one of us lives a silent workforce, tiny cellular crews that remove waste, patch damage, and rebuild what time wears down. Science calls this process autophagy, from a Greek word meaning self-eating. But in truth, it's more like self-renewing. When autophagy runs smoothly, energy rises, inflammation settles, and even stubborn fat begins to release. When it stalls, fatigue, stiffness, and fog start to creep in. Here's the astonishing part. Most people over 60 accidentally turn this system off every single day without realizing it, usually before breakfast. Yet, research from Japanese Nobel laureate Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi and follow-up studies in cell metabolism show that a few small timing shifts can flip the switch back on. In the next few minutes, I'll reveal the 3 daily habits that help reactivate this cleanup crew naturally. The same habits still practiced in parts of Japan where living to 100 isn't newsworthy, because when your cells stay clean, your body stays young, no matter what the calendar says. If you've ever wondered why some people stay sharp and strong well into their 70s, while others seem to fade overnight, the answer often begins deep inside the cell, at the crossroads of 2 powerful switches called AMPK and mTOR. You can think of them like 2 opposite gears. mTOR is the go gear. It builds, grows, stores. AMPK is the repair gear. It cleans, recycles, renews. When we're young, these gears alternate naturally, but with age and with constant eating, late-night snacking, or stress hormones like cortisol staying high, the repair gear stays jammed. The result? Old, damaged parts pile up inside cells, clogging energy production and slowing metabolism. That's where autophagy comes in. It's the internal janitor system that clears out the debris so new mitochondria, your body's tiny energy engines, can thrive. A 2021 study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that even short fasting periods, as mild as 12 hours, boosted AMPK activity by up to 30%, allowing the body to burn fat more efficiently and restore insulin sensitivity. In simple terms, the body learns to clean itself again. I often tell my patients, autophagy isn't about starving yourself. It's about giving your cells time to breathe. When you space your meals right, your body flips from storage mode to healing mode. That shift may help lower inflammation, improve mental clarity, and strengthen muscles, 3 of the biggest challenges my senior patients face. But here's where it gets fascinating. You don't need extreme diets to start the process. The key is timing, knowing when to pause and when to nourish. Miss that window, and the cleanup crew goes dark until the next day. In a moment, I'll show you the first daily habit that quietly keeps this repair mode alive. A simple Japanese ritual practiced long before science gave it a name. When I first began studying Japanese longevity, one thing stood out immediately. It wasn't a supplement or a miracle food or some extreme workout. It was rhythm. The elders in Okinawa, Tokyo, and Kyoto live by a daily rhythm that quietly trains the body to repair itself, without realizing they're doing it. Let's look at the 3 habits that make all the difference. Habit number 1, hara-hachi. Bu, the 80% rule. In Okinawa, before each meal, families whisper the phrase, hara-hachi bu. It means stop eating when you're about 80% full. At first, it sounds like simple portion control, but biologically, it's much deeper. When you stop eating just a little before you feel full, insulin stays steady, digestion lightens, and autophagy isn't shut off prematurely. A study from the Journal of Gerontology, 2022, found that seniors who practiced moderate calorie reduction preserved 10 to 15% more muscle mass and had lower inflammatory markers than those who ate to fullness. Think of it as giving your cells a quiet evening to clean the kitchen before the next meal arrives. You're not depriving the body, you're letting it reset. In practical terms, finish your meal when you feel satisfied, not stuffed. Drink a glass of water afterward and pause. That small restraint, practice 3 times a day, creates long fasting micro windows that keep your cleanup crew working. Habit number 2, gentle intermittent fasting, 12 to 14 hours. When my patient Rosa, 72, came to me feeling sluggish every morning, we tried one change, delaying breakfast until 9 a.m. and finishing dinner by 7 p.m. Within 2 weeks, her blood sugar steadied, her digestion improved, and her morning energy returned. Research from Nature Aging, 2023 explains why. Fasting for just 12 to 14 hours increases AMPK activation, boosts antioxidant enzymes like superoxide dismutase, and enhances cellular recycling, all core parts of autophagy. Your body doesn't need punishing fasts. Just one stretch of quiet between dinner and breakfast is enough to tell your mitochondria. Repair time. Start simple. Eat dinner by 7 p.m. Skip midnight snacks. Enjoy your first meal after sunrise. Over time, you'll notice lighter mornings, steadier energy, and sharper focus. That's your cells running cleaner. Habit number 3, morning nutrition, Windows liquid reset ritual. The third practice comes from Dr. Yumi Ishihara's clinic in Tokyo, and I've adapted it for my own patients. Instead of heavy breakfasts, begin your day with a light, liquid-based nourishment window. Start with half a glass of fresh carrot juice or green tea with ginger. These aren't random choices. Carrots deliver beta-carotene that supports liver detox and antioxidant production, while ginger improves circulation and calms digestion. Combined, they send a signal of gentle energy without spiking insulin. Then, wait 15 to 20 minutes before solid food. That pause allows autophagy to finish its morning work before you shift into metabolism mode. A 2021 Japanese metabolic study found that people who practice this liquid sunrise ritual showed 25% higher mitochondrial efficiency and reported less fatigue by mid-morning. Think of it as greeting your body instead of shocking it. You're not flooding it with calories. You're extending its night's healing into the day. These 3 habits, eating to 80%, leaving a quiet 12-hour gap, and starting the daylight, form the cornerstone of the Japanese rhythm of longevity. They're gentle, sustainable, and deeply compatible with the biology of aging. But rhythm isn't just about food. There's one more amplifier, something that turns all these small habits into a full repair cycle. And it begins not in the kitchen, but in movement and mindset. When most people think about repair, they imagine rest. But for your cells, the signal to renew often begins with movement. Gentle, consistent movement doesn't drain energy. It awakens it. Every stretch, every walk after breakfast, every time you climb the stairs instead of riding the elevator, you're triggering tiny biochemical sparks inside your muscle fibers that whisper one message: we're still alive. Keep repairing. A 2022 study in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity found that seniors who practice light daily movement, as little as 20 minutes of walking or slow Tai Chi, increased their cellular autophagy markers by nearly 30%. The researchers called it mechanical fasting because the movement mimics the stress that turns the body's repair switch on without needing to skip meals. In my own practice, I've seen it in men who thought their leg weakness was just age. Within weeks of adding a short morning walk and a few light chair squats, they noticed steadier balance, less stiffness, and clearer focus. That's autophagy expressing itself through motion, quiet maintenance you can feel. But movement is only half the story. The other half is mindset. When you move with a sense of curiosity instead of fear, when you see each morning as an invitation rather than an obligation, your body follows your mind. Cortisol, the stress hormone that blocks repair, begins to fall. Oxygen flows better. Sleep deepens. Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, who lived to 105, used to say, "Stay curious. Never retire from living. That curiosity keeps your brain plastic and your body responsive. So, pair the rhythm of motion with the rhythm of rest. Move lightly, breathe deeply, smile often. These are small acts of biological kindness, the kind that tell your body you're safe to heal. And now, let's bring it all together, because these habits only matter if they fit into a single, livable rhythm. If you've followed this far, you already hold the blueprint. It isn't a complicated protocol, and it doesn't demand perfection. It's a rhythm, a daily flow that invites your body back into its natural intelligence. Here's how it fits together. Start your morning with water or a light juice, giving your body the quiet it needs to finish its nightly repair. Move gently, a short walk, stretching your spine, maybe a few deep breaths by the window. Then, when hunger truly arrives, eat with awareness. Stop at about 80% full. That small restraint keeps insulin steady and leaves space for repair. Between dinner and breakfast, leave 12 to 14 hours of calm. It's in that silence, not in a pill, not in a diet, where your body's cleanup crew goes to work. Add in a moment of gratitude before each meal, and you've just aligned mind, metabolism, and mitochondria. What's remarkable is that modern science is finally confirming what wisdom cultures have known for centuries. When you give the body time to rest between feasts, it does what it was designed to do. That's renew. Studies in Nature, Aging in the Journal of Gerontology, now show that these simple patterns may support stronger muscles, steadier blood sugar, and better memory function in older adults. I've seen it firsthand. Men who couldn't rise from a chair without help regain balance within weeks. Women who thought fatigue was inevitable find themselves gardening again. When cells clean themselves, strength returns. Maybe tomorrow morning, before reaching for breakfast, you'll pause for a glass of water and a breath of gratitude. It's a small act, but it's how renewal begins. Remember, the information in this video is for educational purposes only. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or routine. But most of all, trust your body's wisdom. It still knows how to heal, and perhaps, if you listen closely, you'll feel it tonight. Those tiny cleanup crews quietly sweeping you back to life.